I'd first like to congratulate Fresno State, Coach White. She's an unbelievable coach, and her team is very, very good. Alex Sheedy is definitely the conference player of the year. She's a very nice player. I think we got a pretty good one here on my left, too. But I have a lot of respect for her and that team. And it was a great game for the fans. It was what you expect out of a 2 and 3 seed. And, like they say, it's on to the next.
Thank you, Coach. Let's start with questions for the student athletes.
You guys have had a hard time in this tournament the last couple of years, but now you're going to the championship game. Just what are your thoughts on moving to the championship game?
Go first. Okay. I think it just shows a lot about our team. We're very determined this year. We have a pretty good group of girls this year, and we're willing to do anything and everything for each other. Our coaches have been great. Our scouting reports have been very in-depth, and we know what we're doing to get prepared for the games. And I mean, it shows a lot of our character, and we've had a couple of growing pains in the beginning of the season, but it's nothing that we couldn't handle, and it just shows off in the end.
I think, excuse me, one thing that got us here was our confidence in each other. And I think that once we built that throughout the year, that's what got us here. And I think this is a really great game to go into the championship game. And I think that once we get this day's rest and once we get our minds collected and get back together, we'll be fine. And I think that as a team, we're doing great.
In the second half, the offense kind of sputtered a little bit, but after the under-8 timeout, you guys really seemed like kicking in another gear. Talk about that offensive series that kind of helped push over the top in this game.
We just had to slow down a little bit. We had to play our game. I think we got a little bit rattled in the beginning of the second half, but like I said, it wasn't anything that we couldn't handle. We just had to recollect as a team, and as the 5 on the court, we had to make some decisions on the court to slow down the pace and regain that control of the game.
And adding on to that, I think once we got into those media timeouts and those 30 seconds and those 60-second timeouts, I think that was a chance for us to recollect and refocus on what we needed to do. I think the best thing about that is that we weren't rushed at any point in time in the game. And I think we stuck to our game plan and to our game, and that's what worked for us in the end.
At one point in the second half, it's 3-7, 3-6 for almost 3 minutes. You guys just, wouldn't let them score and take the lead. Just, your offense wasn't, producing, but your defense was playing really strong. Just, how key was that, just not letting them take the lead during that period?
Well, defense will always win you games, and that's what we focus on as a team. Defense, defense, defense. And we knew if we held them in the 50s, then we would have a good chance of winning the game. I think just slowing them down, slowing down Sheedy, slowing down their guards because they're very quick and they can get the shot off. Just slowing them down is really our key focus. So defense was our focus of the game.
And I think we take a lot of pride on defense. I'm sorry for that. We take a lot of pride on defense, and defense is definitely what won us the game today.
You guys open up a 9-point lead. Place is going nuts, and then they run off 8 in a row. They've got a couple of shots at the bucket, and they don't score. You come back, Bryce, you hit a 3. Tish, you score off a break and open it up a little bit. Was there any point where you got tight, and how much did all those close back-and-forth games you've played the last few weeks play into it down the stretch?
It just shows our growth. Coach said it best yesterday whenever we had a really close game with San Diego State. We've been in this position so many times, and it's just time for us to grow and produce and be the experienced team that we've always been working on. Last year we didn't close out those close games. A lot of us learned from it. We have a very experienced team this year, so we just kind of took that and ran with it. I don't think we were ever panicked during the game because it is a game of runs, and Fresno State is a very good team. We just had to control pace all over again.
It was real physical. Last night was real physical. It seemed like maybe you got in their head, not you personally, but you collectively. Seemed like they were talking to the refs a lot. Was it more physical than you expected, and did you feel like maybe you had them spinning in their own heads a little bit?
Are you speaking about tonight, right?
They were talking to the refs. They were talking to each other. They were frustrated in the first half, and then again, mid-second half.
I think this was definitely a physical game. Probably not the most physical we've seen all year, but very, very close. And we were expecting that, so we knew we had to be physical back with them, and we didn't let it get too much in our heads. I mean, we talked to the refs, they talked to the refs, so it was kind of a back-and-forth thing.
Was I in their heads?
As a team, were you in their head?
I'll give credit to Fresno State. I don't think we necessarily got into their heads. I just think we showed up today and played our game and executed well, and we won.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Where?
Split with Boise State in the regular season. Talk about the matchup for the championship game.
It'll be a good one. We split with them in the regular season, so Boise State has a really good team, really good in the post play, really good guards, and I think we match up with them very well. If we just execute and play our game and, not get too frustrated and stay together, then we have nothing to worry about.
I also think that we have to stick to what we've been doing. We can't stray away from our game plan, how we've been playing as a team, our confidence. We have to stick together, go with the game plan, play hard, play smart, play together, as Coach says every single day. That's our key. That's our game plan. And we just have to execute on offense and defense. And I think it'll be a great matchup on Friday.
A lot of Lobo fans here tonight. Did it feel like a home game out there for you guys?
Definitely. I was just saying when we were walking up here, it felt like we were back at the pit. So, it's definitely great to hear that we have the fans behind us.
They call it Pit West for a reason, and I think the fans are the most loyalists in the country. I think that they're wanting us to bring a championship home, especially because our guys are out right now. They are rooting for us harder and harder every game. So we're trying not to let them down, first and foremost.
Any other questions for our student athletes? Okay, we'll dismiss them at this time. Thank you, ladies.
Stop, guys. Thank you. You old? I think go out that way. Oh, okay. Never mind. That's okay. Nah.
Questions for Coach Sanchez?
Coach, back in the championship game since your first season, just how does it feel to be back?
It feels great, especially with our fan base, especially with how much we've grown as a team. I put an easy schedule together early with Stanford and DePaul and Texas A&M, and it just last year we got beat up with it a little bit. This year we grew up with it. Sometimes, like I said before, the journey is a lot more fun than the destination, and the journey has been a blast, and it's not over yet. We're playing a very, very good opponent. We just played a very good opponent, and the Mountain West is no joke. We're going to be a very good conference. You look at all the teams and who's coming back. And it's going to be a fun conference for a while. But it feels good behind our fans to be back in the championship game. We haven't been here since 2008. And for me personally, it feels great.
Coach, I asked the ladies about that last 7-8 minutes after that media timeout where the offense really kind of found a certain rhythm. What changed from the start of the second half after that media timeout and able to kind of get the offense going again?
Well, I give Fresno State a lot of credit. They had a good spark in the second half. They took us out of some things we wanted to do. We were rushing our shots. They were physical with us. They're a very good team. And we knew, there's no blowouts in March. And we knew they were going to make a run, and they did. We just settled down. The three by Bria Mitchell was huge. That was really good. She had another good game today. Probably should have given her more minutes, but she had a really good game. Alexa Chavez played well. And then Bryce comes down and hits a three. And we made the right runs at the right time. And sometimes it just works that way.
Jeff touched on the physical nature of the game. Fresno State's string success that they've had here at the tournament. Were you expecting as physical a contest with them today?
Oh, yeah, they're good. They're good. Smith in the post is good. Sheedy in the post is good. Raven Fox is hard to guard. Collins is hard to guard. They're a good team. And nobody wanted to go home today. And, they had a great game plan against us. Like I said, we were just fortunate to come away with a win and, hopefully get our legs back and get Boise State and make it a great championship game.
I asked the players about when it was 37-36, and you guys held them off the board, until, you scored again.
Yeah.
Just how key was, your defense, during that period? Well,
again, to hold a Fresno State team to 53 points is very good. They didn't shoot as well as they'd like to, and they're not, that's almost impossible with a team like that. And, shots didn't fall for them. They had some good looks. Sometimes it just happens. I thought our defense was really good. And we stuck with our game plan, and sometimes things just go your way, and it did that. It did tonight.
Let's go back here first.
Coach, Willie Ramirez from the Associated Press. To delve a little deeper into the physicality of the game, at one point it looked like Antiesha sort of stepped up to the bully, sort of just kind of took it upon herself to be physical right back. She didn't back down from any of their bigs, anybody, and sort of countered their physicality while everyone else offensively charged.
She's a leader, and she's led this team the entire year. Like I said, we've gone through our ups and downs this year, and she's just taken this team a lot of times on her back and has done that. And it was good to see us punch back. I mean, we needed to because, they were very physical, and they had their way with us a few times. They had a great game plan. Like I said, sometimes things just go your way. It was our night, and it was a great basketball game. It was a great game for the fans. It's two very good teams playing against each other, and like I said, we're fortunate to come away with that. Fresno's a good team, and they've got a terrific coach.
Yvonne, on that note, obviously it was deny and then double when the ball went down to Sheedy. She was 2 for 11, and you held Smith to 4 for 11. It got physical. I was really impressed with your girls' composure when it got physical, when it got testy, when it got frustrating. Talk about the defense in the post. Obviously, that was the game plan, and then their composure when it got.
Well, I don't think anybody lost composure. I don't think Fresno State did either. I just think they were, they're trying to survive and advance as well. We know their best players. I mean, they're a good team, but Alex Sheedy's just tremendous, and she's the key, and we did a pretty good job. She's 10 for 10 from the free throw line, though. That kid just finds a way to get it done. Tony Smith, hit a lot of jumpers against us at our place, so we wanted to limit that. She's awful good in the post. Alex Furr is a nice shooter, and we limited her a little bit. And, Collins and Fox can just get to the rim. They've got good handles, and they've got good instincts. And, we didn't stop them a whole lot. I think we fouled them a little too much, but Fox showed you why she got the award she got. And like I said, it's Fresno State, us, Boise State, San Jose State. We had 4 teams left that could win this conference and win the tournament. We were just fortunate enough to do it.
And to win that tournament, you have one more opponent now. And can you talk a little bit about what it's going to take? The 2 regular season games are both double-digit games. One, you guys split them. What's it going to take? Man, they're awfully good. They read each other well. They shoot the ball extremely well. And you saw that tonight when they made their run against San Jose State. They're very confident. Their posts are very good. Weaver is a nice player. And they've got an excellent coach. So, for us, we have to lock down on defense again. We have to make sure, like tonight, that we don't let their shooters get open looks. We have to run back in transition. They really handed it to us at their place. We were up 35-30, and then the wheels kind of fell off. And it's a good team. So, we've just got to play hard and play smart and play together and just hope for the best.
Craig always gets a big reaction when he sports the cherry. You got the turquoise tonight, and the photo I put on Twitter kind of got some fan reaction. Any chance you might sport the skin for a big game again?
No. I think I sweated through this, but being a native New Mexican, watching those old Lobo teams play, and the Phil Smith, Abney's, the Michael Coopers. I mean, and I love Norm Ellenberger. I really did. My dad and I used to watch the Norm Ellenberger show all the time. Turquoise is still part of our culture and tradition, and I found this somewhere online and thought I'd wear it. So it was a good luck, but hopefully I'll have some clean clothes tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you, guys.